one brought to you by the team at Thomson's Auto Parts. They've got behind the street stocks this weekend. We could not have done it without them. $1,000 goes to the winner, courtesy of Thomson's Auto Parts. And let's hope we have a bit more of an impressive field finish this one. Hayden Norman and Ethan Genev, your front row. Damon Lyle and Ben Norman, row number 2. Trent Lyle and Paul Joss, your top 6. Marty Kelly, Chase Kempton, who's had a bit of a horror weekend behind the wheel of the Novus Glass, number 55, Commodore. Kane Helms in the 12. Tim Pratt in the 44. Scott Hunter in the 71. Matty Thompson in the 10. Woodsy out of in the 22 machine. And Matthews rounding him out in the 24. Those are your starters for this one. Courtesy of Thomson's Auto Parts right here in Collie. The Street Stock Collie Cup is set for a start. The lights are out. The pace chute is off. 30 laps lay ahead for our Street Stocks. Hayden Norman versus Ethan Genev, your front row. Courtesy of Thomson's Auto Parts, the A-main for the Street Stock, set for a start out of turn number 4. We are racing for 30 laps, going the traditional way, and it's Hayden Norman who gets the best of the start. Ethan Genev goes straight to the top shelf, but he's going to lose a spot to Damon Lyle. But how about the run car number 4 has got on the exit? He fights back into second place. So they go through turn number 3 and 4 for the first time. Norman gets a little bit out of shape, and Ethan Genev has swooped through to lead lap number 1 from Hayden Norman. Then we go back to Ben Norman, Damon Lyle. Then we go back to Trent Lyles. They're 3 wide for second place with Norman. A storming run on the outside of Ethan Genev. Couldn't quite do it going into turn number 3 that time around, but he's got Genev off the curb. So coming out of turn number 4, the yellows have come on. We got one around. We've got one around down there in turn number 2, and it's brought the yellow caution lights on early. Genev leads him away. Storman, Hayden Norman in second place. His brother Ben behind him. Then the 2 Lyles of Damon and Trent. Chase Kempton has clawed his way up into contention in the Novus Glass Commodore. As we get set to go for a restart here in the Street Stocks, brought to you by Thomson's Auto Parts. We're back underway. Ethan Genev gets a pretty decent start. He will lead quite comfortably into turn number 1. How about Chase Kempton on the outside of Trent Lyle? He now moves up into 5th as Ben Norman trying to make an inroad on his brother Hayden as they move through turn number 3. So it's action aplenty as Kempton gets all out of shape. Gives the 2 to Trent Lyle, who's had to hold on to it on the exit of turn number 4. And he's dropped a couple car leads back to your top 6 as they run through turn number 2 and down the back straight. They're going to come up on Tim Pratt, who's all out of noise in the 44 car. And he has absolutely no idea the freight train that's about to hit him in the form of your race leaders. So they come across the line. Genev leads from Norman. Then it's Ben Norman. Then we go back to Damon Lyle. Chase Kempton and Paul Joss. Here comes Damon Lyle to the inside. Draws level with Ben Norman. This is the battle for 3rd and 4th. Chase Kempton throws his 2 sets into it. So does Paul Joss. As they come out of turn number 4. Genev still leads. Hayden Norman in 2nd place. They're all trying to negotiate the lap cars of Tim Pratt as it's an absolute car park of Street Stocks on the exit of turn number 2. Lyles now moved up into 3rd. Norman back to 4th. 5th is Joss. Kempton's gone to the extreme high side. Kicked up the dust out there in turn number 4 as Tim Pratt has been cinched upon by your lap car, by your lead cars. As they move through turn number 1, Damon Lyle's on a mission. He's now on the back of Hayden Norman in car number 6. They move into turn number 3 and 4. Still Genève out in front. Then we go back to Hayden Norman. Damon Lyle third. Paul Joss and Ben Norman go side by side for 4th and 5th, with Jace Kempton not too far out of that one. Then we go back to Trent Lyle. Damon Thomson from the back of the field has clawed his way up in the number 10 Falcon. So moving to turn number 3, Genève from Norman. Then we go back to Lyle. Paul Joss, Ben Norman, who's now got a challenge coming from Chase Kempton. Down the inside goes the 55 Commodore from Carnarvon, and he takes away 5th place. Norman fights back on the outside, and once again the 22 car has found the concrete. It's not for the first time tonight. The 22 Falcon has found the concrete wall down there in turn number 4, and he's brought the yellow lights on again. This will be the restart. Ethan Genève leads away from Hayden Norman. Damon Lyle is 3rd. Paul Joss is 4th. Ben Norman is 5th. Chase Kempton rounding out your top 6. Restart time for Thomson's Auto Parts Street Stocks. And Genève did not go as far as he would have wanted on that restart. So Hayden Norman might be winning with a shot to try and take him on the outside. Here comes Norman, rages up on the outside. Genève shuts the door as they go into turn number 3. Norman still trying with the outside, rages up on the outside. There's contact, and Damon Lyle says thank you very much, as Genève, I think, might have a flat tyre. Car number 4 has lost the right rear, and he's going to come to a crawl on there in turn number 2 as Chase Kempton now moves into position number 3, but Genève's going to come to a stop. Now he's managed to get the car off, so we will stay green. And what a race we have between Lyle, Joss, Kempton and Norman. There's contact. Kempton and Joss have touched, and Paul Joss has gone around. Damon Lyle is your race leader from Paul Joss in 2nd place. Hayden Norman, Ben Norman, Trent Lyle, Damon Thomson, your top 5. Helms is next. Then we go back to the 71 of Hunter. Tim Pratt a lap off the pace in the 44 machine. Marty Kelly in the 2. Matthews in the 24. And Jace Kempton has to do it from the back in the Novus class entry. We're back underway in the street stocks. Damon Lyle jumps away from the field. They run through turn number 1 and 2. But Paul Joss has got the elbows up in car number 69. Rages up onto the back bumper as they move into turn number 3. Lyle just holding on. Here comes Joss to the inside. They come out of turn number 2. Turn number 4 and across the line. Lyle still leads just from Paul Joss. Then we go back to Hayden Norman. Here comes Joss. Draws level to the inside. Couldn't quite do it that time around. Paul Joss is on an absolute charge in the moment. Then we go back to Hayden Norman. Ben Norman gone super high wide, has lost touch with his brother. But it's a 2-horse race at the moment between Damon Lyle and Paul Joss in the 29 machine. They run down the back straight. There is nothing separating your top 2. Joss once again dives to the inside. The 69 Commodore throwing absolutely everything it's got, as now Helms has spun further back in the 12 machine. He's managed to keep the car mobile, so we will stay green, and for good reason, because the battle at the front is hotly contested. Lyle from Paul Joss. Then we go back to Hayden Norman and Ben Norman. Lyle and Thomson get stuck into it further back. That's once again Paul Joss mounts a challenge to Lyle through turn number 1. A hop, skip and a jump for the 27 that time around. So they run down the back straight. Still Lyle from Joss and Norman, your top 3. So moving to turn number 3. Further back is Ben Norman. Then we go back to Trent Lyle, Damon Thomson, and Chase Kempton fighting his way back through the field in the 55 Commodore. Goes super high wide through turn number 1 and 2. Has got to be into the contention here with Scott Hunter as they race into turn number 3. Still Lyle from Paul Joss as Kempton still running the extreme high side of Collie Speedway, using every single available millimetre that he's got to use, trying to claw his way back through the field. But the top 2 still going hammer and tongs. Joss once again to the inside of Lyle, who holds strong in the mid-track mark. So they come across the line. Lyle from Joss. Then we go back to Hayden Norman. Ben Norman is next. Then we got Damon Thomson, Trent Lyle, Scott Hunter and Chase Kempton. As they're going to come off on a lap car of Tim Pratt once again. Joss still at the quarter panel, the 27 Falcon. He ties it to the inside. Lyle holds strong, still managing to hold on to the race lead for the moment. Car number 69 is throwing absolutely everything he's got to throw as they move through turn number 3. Out of turn number 4, the passing flag came out that time around for Tim Pratt. Paul Joss gives Lyle a touch on the exit of turn number 2 as they race into turn number 3. Joss still hitting at the half-track mark. Lyle about 3/4 track high as Joss draws level. So they come across the line. They're going to have to negotiate the lap car as Lyle goes to the inside. Joss on the extreme inside. So they run past Tim Pratt to put in 1 lap down. It's a 2-horse race at the moment for your street stocks. Damon Lyle from Carnarvon holding off a hard-charging Paul Joss as he comes across the line. They have skipped away from Hayden Norman in 3rd. Ben Norman is next from Damon Thomson and Chase Kempton. A fantastic recovery drive from the 55 Commodore. So moving to turn number 3, your leaders go. Still Lyle holding on from Paul Joss. They come out of turn number 4 and across the line. Hayden Norman 3rd. Then we go back to Ben Norman. Chase Kempton going hammer and tongs with Damon Thomson as the 55 Commodore is on an absolute charge. The Novus Glass entry gets stuck in the door card as Norman runs super wide there. 3 wide out of turn number 4 with Norman on the outside. Thomson in the middle and Chase Kempton moving back up into position number 4 in a stellar drive from the young man from Carnarvon. But now Ben Norman fights back on the outside. So moving to turn number 3. Kempton holds strong. They come up on Tim Pratt in car number 44. I'm running out of voice here in the straight stock A main as Kempton ties to the inside. And Norman gets seriously inconvenienced by the lap traffic. Sparks fly off the 66 Commodore. A Falcon as he hits the concrete wall and he's lost a stagger spots. Trent Lyle the latest to go through. As now Paul Joss momentarily hits the front on the inside of Damon Lyle. They're side by side for the race lead through turn number 3. Lyle gets it back. Joss back to second. There's nothing in it as they come across the line. Laps well and truly ticking down in the straight stock A main as Norman's gone around in turn number 4 and the yellows have come on. The yellows have come on to 6 to go. I'm running out of voice in the straight stock A main. Lights go out. Restart time, 6 laps remain in the straight stock final. Damon Lyle versus Paul Joss to the restart. We're back underway with 6 remaining. Lyle gets a good start. Paul Joss is not letting him skip away. Hayden Norman back in contention. And how about the 55, who's been struggling with mechanical dramas all weekend? The 55 Commodore from Carnarvon is coming on strong. But here comes Paul Joss again. All over the back bumper of Damon Lyle as they move through turn number 2. Racing down the back straight with only a handful of laps to go. Can Lyle hold on? Can Paul Joss pull something out of his pocket? He dives to the inside once again. So they come out of turn number 4. Lyle's still out in front. But Paul Joss, Hayden Norman, who's got Chase Kempton trying to find his way into a podium position. Scott Hunter is now 4th from Damon Thomson, rounding out your top 5. As here comes Kempton to the inside of Hayden Norman. For 3rd and 4th, as Joss dives to the inside of Lyle. He draws level, does the 69 car. He's got to be almost at the door as they move into turn number 1. Lyle opens the door. They're side by side. So right out of turn number 2. But Lyle somehow, some way, still holds on to the race lead. So come out of turn number 4 once again. Joss still to the inside. They touch. They bang as they come across the line. With 2 to go this time around. And Joss gives him the hip and shoulder. Escorts Damon Lyle wide. And Joss hits the front with 2 to go. Lyle back to 2nd. Norman 3rd. Chase Kempton is 4th. The inquiry flag is coming out on Paul Joss. With the white flag. There is 1 to go in the straight stock final. For Paul Joss. From Damon Lyle. Hayden Norman and Chase Kempton. They're skipped away from the rest of the field. Down the back straight for the final time. In one of the coolest straight stock races we have seen. Paul Joss comes out at turn number 4 to collect the checkered flag. Paul Joss will cross the line in first. From Damon Lyle, Hayden Norman. Chase Kempton will be next from Scott Hunter. We go back to Damon Lyle, Damon Thomson, Marty Kelly Matthews. Then we go back to Kate Helms and Tim Pratt. We're going to hold stations momentarily on the results because there were an inquiry flag coming out on Paul Joss. He's brought the 69 car to the line. So too as the 27 of Damon Lyle. I've run out of voice. It was a fantastic race between these two. They've gone hammer and tongs all night. As I'm just waiting on official results. We got 2 cars sitting here on the start line.